Center. Welcome to the SLC Sunday Experience. We're so glad you're here with us today. We want you to know your soul is welcome.
December, and how everyone is welcome here. Let's sing about it. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. In the right place, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh my soul is welcome here. Oh my soul is welcome here. And I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. Your soul is welcome. All souls are welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time, right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. I'm getting the message. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yes, it is. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome
Well, good morning, Reverend Deborah. Good to see you, and our souls are welcome here.
And good morning, Reverend James. It's great to be here, and we greet you in the name of all that is good, all that is holy, and all that is sacred, and in the warm and loving energy of this community Spiritual Life Center. Spiritual Life Center honors all people worshiping in temples, mosques, churches, stone circles, and the beautiful temples of nature, because we know that there's no space that God does not grace. And if you're with us for the very first time today, whether you're watching us online or here in person, we especially want to welcome you, because we know that you are not here by accident. We know that every single one of us is here by
Divine appointment.
And we're always so excited and grateful, especially if you made it through the marathon traffic this morning, to be here. And we also extend that gratitude to when you silence your electronic devices. And please refrain from flash photography during the service.
Now that we created that clearing to connect with this presence, I invite you to just rest assured in this, something that's beyond words, but is so very real and is with us always. It is the Spirit of the living God. It's known by many different names, and we call it many different names, but our task is to call it forth as the activity of our awareness. And during this season of the lights, we recognize that all the celebrations that will be going on, whether it's Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, they're bringing some energy that lifts us up to a higher level. And even though we may not particularly participate in any particular activity, we feel that because the energy is being sent out. And so we receive that energy now. We are here to fully express the presence of pure being. And that is something that's good and perfect that is seeking to be expressed in our world. We are the vessels in which the Spirit of God gets around in this dimension, for God needs us to shine God's light, and we go forth gladly and joyously and gracefully. We know that whenever we are lifted up, we are lifting up everyone around us because we are one in the Spirit, and we're connected on that spiritual level, that soul level. And as we recognize this, then we realize that we have something to contribute to our world. For this world and I and all of us are interconnected. And so as we go forth, capturing the divine ideas of spirit that are unique for us, as we anchor these ideas in our life and in our world, we make a difference. And for this and so much more, we're grateful and thankful as we go forth, manifesting and magnifying the all good. And we say so in the name and the nature of the Spirit of the living God that dwells within each and every one of us. Amen. Well, we have a very important purpose here at Spiritual Life Center that's reflected in our mission statement. And I invite us to collectively to share it and speak it aloud together. To transform lives, to make a positive difference in the world as we love, serve, and remember. And we carry that out as we embody these universal principles to the best of our ability in our thoughts and our words and our actions. Again, let's speak them aloud. God is absolute good and everywhere present. People are inherently good. Thoughts create our experiences. Prayer and meditation are how we connect with God, and we must take action. And of course, this is new month, December. Any December birthdays? Stan, we can
December,
celebrate you and
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And for those of you live streaming, happy birthday. You can stand up too. Happy birthday. That's right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
all righty. I think that song was especially for Mac to make his entrance here this morning.
This being the first Sunday, we also always have the beautiful, beautiful flowers from Shirley Brown, and we thank Shirley so much for, this is a lovely,
Yes.
lovely, yes. So, Wow Wednesday, we're trying a new format because someone asked me, they said, we would like to have silent meditation. And I said, well, Reverend Danae does silent meditation on Thursday nights. Oh, yes, but we would like a guided meditation first, and then some silence. And I said, okay, let's try that. Excuse me. So this week, what we're going to do is I'm going to come in and do an extended guided meditation, probably like 20 minutes. We'll have 15 minutes of silence, and then Reverend Danae is going to offer us one of her heart-centered meditations. And we'll probably have a couple little recorded songs in there. And we're hoping, and if people like this, we're going to do it on a regular basis next year. So the community meal is at 6, and the program starts at 7.
It's going to be delightful, yes. All righty. Well, we have opportunities to make a difference in Spiritual Life Center through charitable giving. And there's going to be an information session on Monday, December 11th between 10 and 11:30. And what it will be is how you can be able to give a gift of real estate to Spiritual Life Center, or if someone that you know would like to do that because there's a benefit for that individual as well as our community. So we'll have opportunity to introduce and answer questions about the charitable gifts of real estate, and also explain the benefits that would be there for the donor as well as our community. So if you have interest or know someone who is interested in knowing about this, come check us out on Monday, December 11th between 10 and 11:30.
Jewelry. The jewelry's over here in the YOU room, and it will be open right after service. And of course, the sale starts today, and it's today and next week. All of the proceeds, of course, go to the YOU Youth of Unity program to help them go to their different conferences and things. And it's always very successful. And we have a special event in the jewelry sale. It's a vintage Sagen piece. It's silver. It's sterling silver with bevel inlaid stones. And this picture does not do its justice it's absolutely gorgeous. It has a hand-carved bone face, and that's a piece of abalone in there. It's just stunning. They're going to raffle it off, and the raffle tickets are $10, or you can get 3 for $25. And again, all the proceeds go to YOU. So get in there right after service and get your tickets.
And buy a lot of them. Increases your chances of actually winning.
Yes, by lots and lots and lots. And then out in the courtyard, you may have seen the tables with the T-shirts on there. And so there's a few that you can buy, but most of those T-shirts are samples. But we're taking orders today, so get your order in. And we're hoping if you get your orders in today, we can maybe have them by Christmas.
We're going to affirm that.
We're affirming that. But
yes.
Yeah. So
well,
anyway.
We have a number of, there's our wonderful T-shirt model. Just to give you some more incentive to purchase a T-shirt or a hoodie. Well, we have a number of activities happening during this holiday season, and what's coming up on December the 13th between 7 and 8 p.m. is the Advent Garden Spiral, and this is a magnificent and beautiful sacred ceremony that's available to the entire community, not only here for those that's part of Spiritual Life Center, but outside the community. And it portrays the kingdoms of earth waking to the coming of the inner light. And it's an opportunity for us to journey to the center with a candle and meet this light and bring it out into the world. And we're going to have some wonderful music, as we always have, from Paula Mandela and her sister Catherine.
And of course, we have the ongoing food drive that will be benefiting St. Mark's Methodist Church Food Closet. The bucket is out in the courtyard, and this goes all the way through December 24th. And somebody said the other day, I brought something, but it's during the week. Is this the wrong time? There's never a wrong time to bring it. If we're open, bring your offering, your non-perishables, and we can take it and put it with the rest of them. So thank you for participating in this.
And it's also a right and perfect time to participate in our fund a mission, and to do that until the end of the year. It's an opportunity to support a program within Spiritual Life Center of your choice. So we have a number of activities that happen at Spiritual Life Center, and if there's one that you like in particular, whether it's the youth or music or all the other things, and you want to designate funds for that, you can go onto our website, scroll down, and see all the options that are available. And it's an opportunity also to review and see the gala video again if you wanted to check that out and you weren't being part of the gala that we had. When was that, in September?
I believe so.
Yeah, it was in September, but it's still wonderful to check out.
Yeah, it's wonderful. A lot of people have rewatched it, and they really enjoyed that. So, yeah, check it out. So we want to remind you that there are many activities that foster transformation here at Spiritual Life Center. So check out our small groups and other offerings. You can go out to the hub, go out to the courtyard, look at the bulletin board, or talk with the ladies at the hub. And, of course, anything that you might want to know about SLC is on our website, so check that out, too.
Well, we know that folks come to spiritual communities such as Spiritual Life Centers to connect with other folks of like minds and to be on that spiritual path together. And we have activities, whether our classes, our workshops, our special events. But you don't have to wait for them to have a connection with someone. You can connect with someone right here, right now. So I just invite you to turn to a friend or a neighbor or a soon-to-be friend, and in a manner that feels comfortable for you, just say, "You are marvelous and glad you are here."
We invite you to stay standing, take all that good energy that you just took from one another, put it into this next song. Holy God, Move in Me by Richard Burdick. Let's send him some good energy. We love you, Richard. Holy God, Move in Me. Please help us sing. Let's do it. Holy God, move in me. Holy God, move in me. That you may know my faith. that you may know my faith, and I may know, and I may know your days. Holy God, move in me. Holy God, move in me. Holy God, move in me. Please be seated.
All right, as we settle into our chairs and take a nice deep breath together, let's speak out loud and embody these words of our vision statement. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people and accepts everyone, no exceptions. Weaving ancient spiritual traditions with emerging wisdom, we cultivate a spiritual deepening with the divine, each other, and our planet.
And now, in preparation for meditation, why don't we all just take a nice deep breath? I invite you to settle into your chair and become present in this moment, right now. And please join us in singing this beautiful chant, I'll Give You Love, by Janice Kelly. Together. I'll give you peace. I'll give you joy. I'll give you hope when all your hope is gone. I'll give you light. I'll give you life. I'll give you love, pure love. I'll give you peace. I'll give you joy. I'll give you joy. I'll give you hope. I'll give you when all your hope is gone. I'll give you life. I'll give you life. I'll give you love, pure love. I'll give you peace. I'll give you joy. I'll give you hope when all your hope is gone. I'll give you life. I'll give you life. I'll give you love, pure love, pure
And as we settle into this time of quiet, just breathe naturally. Simply become aware of how you relax with each breath. Melt into your seat. Relax your hands, relax your eyelids. And allow this soft music and the dim light to pull you inward into your spiritual heart center. That area within that is never touched by the busyness of the outside world. And as you take a breath and drift up and up. Come with me to the Hall of Instruments. The Hall of Instruments is all glass and sunlight, and it's open to the air on all sides. A gentle breeze wafts through, keeping the hall cool and comfortable. And around the perimeter are smaller rooms, each one with a sign above the door. Looking around, you see the instruments of healing, instruments of music, instruments of knowledge. But one in particular catches your attention, so you prayerfully enter the room labeled Instruments of Faith and Hope. At first, the room seems empty, but as you come deeper into the space, you discover 3 large lanterns standing in a triangular formation. In the middle is a drawing of 2 footprints, and so you enter the triangle and face one of the lanterns. In the quiet and prayerful pose, you wait. The lantern comes to life, sending a beam of pure red light that fills your entire body. And a soft voice whispers, "Where there is hate, sow love. It costs you nothing and brings everything." Your entire being swells with divine, unconfined love. And now as you turn, another lantern comes to life, sending out a beam of pure violet that moves in and around you. Again, the voice whispers, "Where there is doubt, sow faith. It costs you nothing and brings you everything." Faith and confidence swell up within you. The third lantern comes to life in a deep emerald green, and you turn to face it. The light enters your heart center and then spreads to every part of your body. And the voice whispers, "Where there is dark, sow light. It costs you nothing and brings you hope." Your own inner light ignites and expands to join the 3 colors. And now a rainbow of color dances in and around until they resolve into a bright white light within you. Your heart, mind, and soul, immersed in this light, become one with the all. In this moment, there is no you. There is only being in the silence. Faith and hope come together to strengthen and sustain us, and we are grateful. As you begin to return to your earthly body, take in this blessing. Oh, my beloved, when you see hate, yet sow love. When you see doubt, yet sow faith. When you see dark, yet sow life. you sow hope for your entire world. As you sow hope and faith, you become a beacon of light for those who feel lost and empty. You are a rainbow, the holy symbol of hope. The world needs your light. Let it shine. Remember this, always.
This is a story of a bird with no wings, but certain that it could fly, sailing on love into the headwinds, forcing its way by and by. If only we were as strong as that bird, our spirit would never die. What do we name it? Hope is the right word. Hope is the bravest, most beautiful bird in the sky. Hope is a bird, flies higher than others, and keeps all our dreams alive. Free of all doubt, perfectly fearless, fed by its will to survive. Imagine ourselves becoming this bird. We can if we dare to try. See ourselves flying over the mountain. Hope is the bravest, most beautiful bird in the sky. Only hope can light the way. Only hope can heal the heart. Only hope can keep the clouds from hiding the moon and the stars. If only we were as strong as that bird, our spirit would never die. What do we name it? Only one word. Hope is the bravest, most beautiful bird. Hope is the bravest, most beautiful bird in the sky. Only hope can light the way. Only hope can heal the heart. Only hope can keep the clouds from hiding the moon and the stars. This was a story of a bird without wings and rose above everything, never once giving up hope.
Thank you, Anne, Marie, Soul Light Connection. Hope is the most beautiful bird in the sky. I can just rest in that affirmation. There's a woman by the name of Janelle Prator, and she had a vision. She had a vision to run her own business. And she loved desserts, so she opened up a dessert shop in Houston, Texas. And it's called The Puttery. And she makes sugary, sweet creations, maybe not the most healthy thing in the world, but I love them. I see I have some fellow persons that agree with me. But publicly, she was sharing the struggles that she was facing. Because she said that some days she maybe only had 1 or 2 customers come the whole day. And she didn't know how she was going to pay her bills. She didn't know how she was going to keep going. And she was talking about how she left her really good job to pursue her business. She did this twice. She walked away from what appeared to be a promising career that had, benefits. And at one point she said, I was dang near homeless. She didn't say dang, but you understand. She said she was couch surfing at times, and there were often moments she couldn't even find enough money to put gas in her car. But she was okay with that because she made that choice. It was her decision. Because she had a dream that in her heart that would not go away. But it looked like that dream was not going to happen. She looked at the lack of customers that she had, and although she knew she had a unique and a great tasting desserts, it had reached a point that she had no hope. Or at least she felt she didn't. And she began to think that her vision would never, ever happen now. And as she began thinking that way, she began to fill her mind with thoughts that her dream would not come true. But then one day she had a revelation. She had an idea. She decided that she was going to contact a hugely popular online food critic, his name was Keith Lee, to come to her store and to review her desserts. Now here's a person who had like 15 million followers on social media. And if he gave you a good review, man, your business would just blow up. But there was a problem. He traveled all across the country. And the probability of him being in Houston was small, and the likelihood of showing up at a particular business, hers, was even smaller. Plus, he was not a fan of desserts. But Janelle, the Puttery owner, reached out to him anyway. And lo and behold, bam, he showed up in Houston. And what he does, he visits places like kind of undercover, and he'll send his wife or his mom to go pick up the food, and then he'll bring the food to his car, and he'll video himself eating the food as he's giving the review at the same time. Well, to make a long story short, he loved her desserts. And he promoted it on his social media platform, and the next day, people came from miles around. There was a line outside the door, down the block, around the block. Folks stood in the rain. She often ran out of inventory if she had so many customers. But there were so many dessert addicts, so many dessert eaters, flocking to her business. And right after that, of course, there were stories about her business, the Puttery, on local TV stations and the local newspapers, leading to even more customers. And of course, she's a smashing success now, and even has a mail order business where you can order stuff online, and I will be ordering mine soon. Get here for Christmas. But she has success beyond her imagination. Well, Janelle redirected her mind from a sense of hopelessness to seeing possibilities. And she moved to even full-fledged belief that, in fact, her vision could be fulfilled, and it was. she put in action the gifts of hope. She put in action her gift of faith. Well, today we're doing a series on Advent. Of course, Advent kind of leads up to Christmas, the mass celebration of the Christ presence, which is that part of God within every one of us, or the divine essence that dwells in all of us. And usually, hope is the first week of this Advent time. You know, in our tradition, in unity, we're inspired by this statement that's found in Hebrews 11th chapter in the first verse, that faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Charles Phillips, the co-founder of Unity, had this statement, said that faith is the perceiving power of mind linked with the ability to shape substance, which means that our mind has the ability to look at this infinite something we call out there in the world called ideas and shape them for the way that we want to see them. So as we contemplate both hope and faith as we prepare our hearts and minds for the Christmas season, and I call it that kind of the hope-faith continuum. Because when we have that hope, we get glimpses of new possibilities. And these glimpses can inspire us, can redirect us, can motivate us to adopt new ways of thinking and behaving and trying things never thought of before, maybe like contacting a food critic like Janelle did, in which she redirected her faith from the possibility of giving up to the realization that she still had that hope. And as she increased her hope on this continuum, she entered the realm of belief. You know, if I were to sum up the essence of the teachings that we have, it is done unto you as you believe. What do we believe? In fact, just say, I believe. I believe. Some of you all say it like you believe it. I believe. I believe. All right, just take that in. But here's the thing. We can never stop at the level of belief. Because sometimes there is tension between the contradictory beliefs. And we say on one hand, I believe in an abundant universe, but, we may not like, how things are going at any given moment. Maybe we're like Janelle when she only saw 2 or 3 or 4 customers coming, and the believing starts creeping into anxiety and betraying that belief that there is a possibility for her to be successful. Then the way that we resolve such contradictions is to activate and direct our faith faculty. When we direct our faith, we're not judging by appearances. We're not judging by what we can see. We're seeing with right judgment. It means that we often must put our faith in that which we cannot see, but we know in our hearts is possible. There was a man who was in the military, and he was sent off to battle. And in this story, he was going through the battlefield, and he would do something very weird. He would stop, and anytime he saw a piece of paper, he'd pick up the piece of paper, look at the piece of paper, and then let it go. He let it flutter in the wind. And the other soldiers that were with him were saying to each other and their commander, this guy's crazy. He's going to get somebody hurt, if not himself. But every day, the man went out to the battlefield. He would do the same thing. He would pick up pieces of paper, look at the piece of paper, release the paper to the wind. And others were saying, he needs to have some evaluation. So they sent him to a psychiatrist. And he went there for several sessions with the psychiatrist, and he was sent back to the battlefield, but nothing changed. He was still doing the same thing in the middle of all the mayhem. He continued to pick up pieces of paper and read them and then let them go. And finally, I guess those in charge said, this guy is not fit for service. We have to get rid of him. And they gave him his discharge papers, and he went into the office and handed him the discharge papers. He looked at the paper and said, oh, here it is. Here it is. He believed. He had faith. But understand, the God presence is always saying yes to our deeply held beliefs and our mental states. I believe this is how we commune spiritually with this indescribable presence that we call God. To commune with God is more than uttering a verbal prayer or affirmation. That's always a good start. But we don't want to stop there. We want to be spiritually ready to receive our good through our beliefs and our mental vibrations. The universe is not, I believe, here, language. It hears and reacts to our consciousness. So it's not enough to do all the outer things because spirit responds to what we believe and not necessarily to what we say. Even if we say the so-called right words. Put another way, the universe responds by corresponding to our vibration, to our mental state. So we want to ask from time to time, where am I directing my mind? Where am I directing my belief? Where am I directing my faith? You know, a lot of people believe that faith means to have faith in something, to have faith in God. And if we have enough faith in God, God will show up. God will answer our prayers. God will solve our problems. God will meet our needs. And if we're good enough and worthy enough and we haven't made too many mistakes, God will rescue us. But faith is a spiritual faculty that is already here within us. It is whole. It is complete. We have all the faith we're ever going to have or need. So the question really is this: how are we going to direct this faith energy? Sometimes, we direct our faith energy in, I'm not good enough, or I'm lacking something, or I'm limited in some way, or I'm destined to have problems and negative things happen in my life. Or, if I didn't have any bad luck, I would have no luck at all. We put faith in that. So we must ask, are we going to direct it toward lack and limitation, problems and negativity? If so, what shows up is lack, limitation, problems, and more negativity. But if we focus our attention on what's possible, then that's what will begin to show up in our life. Put another way, are we going to put our faith on the limits, or are we going to put our faith on the opportunities? It all goes back to a consciousness, our sum total of our beliefs and feelings, and where we focus our faith power. The statement that goes that whether you believe you can or believe you can't, as you know, it says you're right. I was thinking back, and before I knew anything about spiritual stuff or anything like that, I was planning to go to law school, and I had been working for a couple of years and saving up money, and just before I went, my father passed away. And so I just kind of left my family that needed, some of the money that I had saved up, and I decided, I'm just not going to go. At least not now. I'm just not going to go. And then my sister said, well, why don't you just get in your car and just drive there anyway? I said, well, you ain't got nothing to lose. I guess you just, a couple of tanks of gas and, and so I did. I drove up, went to the powers to be, explained the situation. And what I realized is that there's always resources somewhere. And so I did get the money needed for me to continue on and stay there. But here's what I did. I learned something. Oftentimes what we need to do is simply go for what we're seeking to go for. That means we need to decide to go in the direction of the idea that has been revealed to us. And sometimes we think decision and wishing are the same thing, but they're not the same. Because when we decide, when we look at the fundamental meaning of the word, decide means to cut away anything and everything unlike the certainty of the thing we've decided on. You see, when we make a decision, resources will come from the vision and our purpose. See, we can't always make a decision based upon visible resources. We're not working in the spiritual realm. Decision pulls the invisible out of us. An individual who makes a decision strictly on what they can see oftentimes doesn't go anywhere because they're basing what their actions are on what they can see, what's visible. But when we make a decision, what we're doing, we're making a covenant, we're making an agreement, we're making a contract with our higher self. And the I will show up. The I am will show up, which is the image and likeness of God, which is limitless. So sometimes we can't wait for it to show up or for a sign before we follow what we're supposed to do, because signs often follow our actions, follow our consciousness. They don't always precede it. So we make a decision, everything works together for our good. We suddenly get signs to go this way, go that way. serendipitous things begin to happen. And if we need to have a particular lump on our head for things to work out, it'll show up on our head. Because we've decided. You know, Howard Thurman, who was a mentor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., said that if you have the strength to affirm the high prerogative of your spirit, a host of invisible angels will wing to your defense, because in you, God has come into its own. You know, on this hope-faith continuum, we want to leverage our own faith faculty in our lives and in our world and bring the unseen into the visible world. To do that, we have to transform doubt by directing our faith energy to what we want to see in our life and in our world. And of course, we know that doubt often comes up, sneaks up on us, comes in our face, whenever we strive for something new, something better, something beyond our comfort zone. And doubt recognizes that in those moments, when our ambition rises and our faith is directed to that ambition, doubt's very existence is in peril and it might be destroyed. It kind of knows that. So the only thing to do is to tries to knock us off our path. And, you know, and it sings its pessimistic song to us. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You know, sometimes that song can be unsteadying into our awareness. And we end up getting trapped into a loop of negative thoughts and feelings. You know, but I'm not sure it's time for me to do something different, we might be saying to ourselves. You know, we may say, I'm not sure that person will help me. And they may say no if I ask them for help or favor. I don't know if it's a good idea for me to follow the dreams and the passions of my heart right now. And so doubt begins to prevail whenever the doubting thought turns into words. It could be our words. It could be somebody else's words around us. And they often start with, what if? What if it doesn't work out? What if I can't handle it? What if they don't like me? What if I lose? What if I can't turn back? What if they take advantage of me? And I'm sure that, you know, Janelle, the pottery owner, faced those questions. And I'm sure that people may be coming up and say, girl, you need to go back to your job. But the sages tell us this, that when doubt has a hold on us, we redirect our faith energy to tear away from doubt. Because faith is a deep conviction, a trust, and a knowing in our belief about what is true. This conviction comes from choice, and we choose to believe something and hold on to that belief tightly, even in the face of the unknown. You know, appearances have their power and challenges to us. You know, sometimes when we try something, you know, outside of our comfort zone, something new, something different, and people will say, let's be realistic. What they're really saying in code, let's be negative. Let me tell you why this is not going to work. So often we place our faith faculty on the challenges. So that's all that we see. We see the challenges. We see the limitations. We see the people or organizations maybe working against us. Maybe our knee hurts that day and the boss is a jerk. The systems are down. Yes, there are challenges in our three-dimensional world, but there are also always opportunities. There's also new sources of leverage and ideas just waiting to be embraced and where we can give our attention to. So we can ask ourselves on a regular basis, where do we direct our faith power? Do we direct it on the limits, or do we direct them on the opportunities? Do we direct them on fear, or do we direct them on love, which is the most powerful force in the universe? You know, whatever we rehearse and focus on are the ones that shape our attitudes and lead our actions. How many times a day do we think about or announce the limits we face? The people cannot be trusted. The problems that are weighing us down. The challenge with focusing on appearances only is that they always keep us from focusing on the opportunities, on the chance to contribute and to make something better that is beyond our physical eye. So yeah, we have challenges, we're not going to be unrealistic and say they don't have these bumps in the road, but they alert us to opportunities. Opportunities that are on the invisible realm that are waiting to be expressed and channeled through us. So as we think about hope, faith continuum today, I just leave you with this description of faith. And it simply says, when you believe in more in what you don't see, in other words, when you believe in that invisible, when you believe in that more than what you do see, what you don't see, you will see. And what you do see, you won't see. You see? This is the power that we have when we utilize our faith faculty. Peace and blessings to you. Well, next week, as we continue on with our season of light during this Advent season, we're going to be discussing the concept of peace. And, with all the stuff going on in our world, I think peace is a good thing for us to give our attention to. So I'll be here next week, and Reverend Deborah will do the meditation. And Dahlia, is it Dahlia? Dahlia. I keep calling her Dahlia. I know. They correct me every time. Dahlia and Larry will be here next week, and Soul Night Connection as always, so we look forward to being part of that experience. If you want prayer immediately after the service, look for one of our chaplains that's wearing the prayer stoles, and you don't have to wait until you have a problem. Sometimes we say, oh my God, I'm going through a lot of stuff. I need to pray. God, where are you? You can pray when things are going good for you. You just want to get more of that into your life, because when you focus on, you attract more of that. So I'm just going to pray for the good that's coming in my life, and so more of it will come and keep that other stuff away from me. So they'll be in the courtyard to pray with you immediately after the service. If you're online or new to Spiritual Life Center, if you want to just stay in contact with us, you can fill out one of the online welcome cards, or you can do that here if you're here today for the first time. But more importantly, if there's anyone here for the first time today, any first-timers here, just raise your hand. Oh, keep your hand up nice and high. We got something for you. Thank you so much for your presence here this morning. We appreciate you. Just keep your hand up so they can see you. There's a couple right in front, right back there. There you go. And you can fill out the card, and if you want to stay in touch on what's going on at Spiritual Life Center, we'll let you know. There's a purple ribbon. If you wear that, you want to get a special Spiritual Life Center greeting. We'll greet you. We want to acknowledge you, appreciate you, and thank you so much for being with us today. And know that you are magnificent, and you're here to express the magnificence that you are to make a difference in your life and in our world. So we thank you, we love you, and we appreciate your presence and your consciousness that you have brought with us today. For those who are online would like to support Spiritual Life Center with your gift or offering, you can simply text SLC Love to 44321. That's SLC Love to 44321. Or just go to our website, slcworld.org, and there's a donate tab that will give you other ways that you can give, including by mail. And you can also check out all the other things that are taking place at Spiritual Life Center. And if you are watching online and just want to spread this message to more and more people, just like, subscribe, comment, because the more we engage in that stuff that's taking place online, the more we open up to other people knowing about us as well, because we're here to make a difference on the very planet in which we live. And so with that awareness, for those who would like to give today, I invite you to take your gift or your offering and symbolically raise it to the heavens, and know that you're blessing and multiplying that as you give it. And if you're given already, you know that you're in the flow of a principle that says you can never outgive the presence of God, and what you give out comes back. And it may come from places you never imagined and in ways you never thought of, but that's the nature of the universe. So with that, I invite us together to affirm our offertory blessing together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God.
Sunday morning, I heard the preacher say, "Thou shalt watching us. They put their trust in us. They're gonna be like us. It's okay for us to disagree. We can work it out lovingly. I hope for more love, more joy and laughter. I hope you'll have more than you ever need. I hope you'll have more happy ever after. I hope we can all live more fearlessly, and we can lose all the pain and misery. I hope there must be a way to change what's going on. No, I don't ever know the answer, but I hope for more love, more joy and laughter. I hope we'll have more than we ever need. I hope we'll have more happy ever after. I hope we can all live more fearlessly, and we can lose all the pain and misery. I hope, and we can lose all the pain and misery. I hope.
Hope springs eternal. No matter what we're going through or growing through in life, no matter what the challenges may be, there's something within us that says you can overcome. There's something within you that's far more powerful than any experience that you may be experiencing at any given moment. Whether we have to go under it, around it, through it, over it, it doesn't matter. There is always a way. When we lean on hope, it makes a way out of no way. So no matter what the challenge may be, if there's a health challenge, we know that there's always something that will bring us to the health and healing because we put our energy in that. If we're having an abundance challenge, a money challenge, we know that there's always an abundant universe waiting for us to bring that energy to extract what we need in order to anchor the abundance in our life. If we have a relationship challenge, we know there's harmony waiting to express through and as us. And we know that we are here to be the vessels and the channels of all the qualities of the Spirit of the living God. That's what hope is all about. We let that be our life in our thoughts, our words, our actions. We become a radiating center for all the Spirit of God to be expressed through us at any given moment. There's always hope. There's always our faith faculty that we can use in and as our life, right here, right now, make the difference in our life and in our world. God needs us to shine His light, so we need to lean on that hope, lean on that presence, and allow it to be expressed through and as us. Hope is alive through each and every one of us. So it is. So it is. Oh, thank you. I forgot I was supposed to stay up here. Well, we bless those who have blessed us. Bless us with their gifts, their offerings, their energy, knowing that not only are they going to support Spiritual Life Center to be that place, that vessel for others who are looking to grow, develop, and unfold in and as their life, but also we begin to make that energy spread throughout the entire world because we are one in the Spirit. And whenever one is lifted up, we all are lifted up. So we thank those who are supporting us in doing that today. We also bless those who have left their prayers in the prayer box, whether today or throughout the week, For we recognize that we all have bumps in the road, challenges that come up in our life. But we are reminded that no matter what the challenge is, there's a divine and perfect solution waiting to be expressed through us. So we remember that scriptural reference that says, before they call, I have already answered you. So Spirit already has the answer even before we know what the prayer need, even before we know what the question is. And so we claim that for them who have left their prayers today and for ourselves. So we go forth knowing that this one truth is absolutely something we can lean on and depend on no matter what. We never have to tell God how big our problems are. We simply tell our problems how big our God is. And we make that as our consciousness, and we shall move through anything that is facing us. For this and so much more, we're grateful and thankful as we go forth magnifying and multiplying the all good that we are. Amen. Amen. I invite you now to join in as we affirm our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is. I am. And all is well. Let's sing our peace song. Let it begin with me.
Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace, let it begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Let
This be the moment.
with every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let it begin
Peace and blessings. Hang around for some pro-service music. And remember, hope and faith.
Amen.